Alright, so we got a Q&A for GL Leia. Hopefully this is good, because this is talking about a GL, so they better not put any dumb nonsense in. But let's get it. So one of our abilities says to reduce the target enemy's max health by 5% per rebel ally. Does this include Leia as one of the allies? Yes, it includes Leia. Okay, that's good to know. Why is there no Ewok synergy? This was to not break up the existing Ewok squad, and we want her to be the rebel GL. Well, both of those make sense. However, it says they don't want to break up the existing Ewok squad, but a squad is only 5 characters. There's, what is there, 8 or 9 Ewoks now? So you don't really have 2 full squads. Which means you could have if there is 9, that means there's 4 Ewoks that you can't use in a squad because there's not enough to make a full squad. So if they gave her Ewok synergy, then that would round out the whole team. Them 4 plus her. I mean, thinking about it now that I'm saying this stuff out loud, it almost would make more sense that she has Ewok synergy than having Rebel synergy when you really think about it, because this is the version of her based on Return of the Jedi, which was on Endor. And, you know, she was hanging out with the Ewoks. She got close with the Ewoks. She's hanging out with them. Later, when Luke and Han are caught, she's in that cave with them, and they're braiding her hair and whatever. She got pretty close with the Ewoks. And then her ultimate is when the, what is it called? The ATST comes out. And isn't the ATST being driven by Ewoks? So actually, that really would have made super huge sense to put Ewok synergy with her. That's actually kind of dumb that they didn't, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Whatever. I guess for the game mechanic, though, they wanted her to be a Rebel GL, not an Ewok GL. Does the additional bonus 50 speed on the ultimate trigger for every non-scoundrel ally, or does it only trigger once? The speed increase on the ultimate is for all other Rebel allies, so it excludes Leia, and the mastery increase is excluded from scoundrels. So it says the speed increase on the ultimate is for all other Rebel allies, so that means 4, so that means 200? You can get 200 bonus speed? That's pretty insane if that's the case. You're flying now. Will you be adding the icons that display character type, tank, attacker, support, etc. to other characters' abilities that rely on type? Shaq T comes to mind. That is something we would love to do in the future. Can't promise when that will be, though. Of course not. What is your personal recommend or strategy team for GL Leia? They basically already gave us that. Without me even looking at this, they said R2, Captain Drogon, Kanan, and Old Ben. Like, did you not read the kit reveal? But their answer says Captain Drogon and R2-D2 work well with her, as well as Rebel Jedi tanks like Old Ben and Kanan. There it is. That's exactly what I just said without even reading that. I mean, you didn't see me, but I read the question and then looked away, looking at my ceiling, and gave that answer. So, I mean, that's because I read the mother effing kit reveal. That's all you had to do. Stupid person. Oh, I can't read this. I'm just gonna ask. That means if you didn't read the kit reveal, what's the point of asking a question? You're not gonna read the answer. Stupid. Anyways, we're excited and not scared at all. Who said that? To see the comps that people come up with for her. The Rebel faction is huge. I mean, you never know. Arnold's pretty good at doing theory crafting and stuff. So, who knows? Yeah, that might be what they recommend for the team, but maybe something else will be way better and just make it like a super OP team. Her ultimate says, if this ability defeats an enemy, revive all defeated Rebel allies and they recover full health and protection. Does this revive allies who, for example, were defeated by General Skywalker or SLKR? Leia's revive can be prevented by characters that prevent revives, so General Skywalker and SLKR can prevent it. Those are some weird examples. Why don't you just say, like, Nihilist? That one would make more sense to use as an example. If I use, all lowercase, GL Leia's, wow, everything's spelled wrong, basic on enemy attacker who has like 175 speed and somehow get enough buffs dispelled off him to make it up to negative 200 speed, will an enemy attacker have minus 25 speed or 0 speed? There is an inherent speed limit for Leia that won't let speed be reduced below 1 except for very specific circumstances. Fracture, for example, which even then that just brings it to 0, so... What is the order of operation for Fearless and Fear? Imagine Darth Revan uses his second special on GL Leia. Does she lose Fearless before Darth Revan tries to apply Fear? Fear application varies by unit, so some can apply Fear in the same action to Leia. What? Fear application varies by unit, so some can apply Fear in the same action to Leia. What the heck is that supposed to mean? Darth Revan's special 2 against Leia does not, though. First off, this question's seems kind of pointless in the grand scheme of things. What are you worried about Darth Revan for versus her? But 2, I don't understand this answer. Fear application varies by unit, so some can apply Fear in the same action to Leia. What does that last part mean? It makes sense up until there. In the same action to Leia. What does that mean? I don't know. How will GL ticket system work? Since she is a light side GL, once you finish all of her requirements, the tickets will drop on light side nodes. The drop rate scales to energy, so farm whichever node your heart desires. Okay, first off, that could not be a dumber question. Are you serious right now? Like, GLs have been in the game now for what, 3 years, 4 years? And you don't know how the F this works? Maybe 3 years. But still, you don't know how the F this works? Every single light side character, once you meet the requirements, the tickets are on the light side nodes. And every dark side, same situation, they're on the dark side nodes. What kind of a question is that? The only part of this that I don't understand is the answer. The drop rate scales to energy. So farm whichever node your heart desires. What does that mean? The drop rate scales to energy? What does that mean? I don't know. Does number crunch apply to all rebels before or after the benefits of Leia? Lowercase. When Leia is the leader, the bonuses are to apply prior to number crunch. Which is good, right? Yeah, because that means he's getting a boost from Leia, and then he can do a boost with number crunch to everybody. R2's damage received is decreased by 20% when he attacks out of turn. But he's doing that attacking. Is that stacking? Does it only apply if something counterattacks, or does some sort of reflect damage? R2-D2 damage received is decreased by 20% from all sources. The attack out of turn portion refers to the health recovery. Oh, damage received is decreased. Whoops, I read that wrong. I thought it was just damage in general. I was like, why would he be losing 20% of his power? But I guess it's received. That's not bad. Can you make a simplified version of the kit? This is the simplified version. What kind of question is that? I know the kit was very lengthy in the wording and stuff, and it can be... The community was confused about all the wording and trying to picture, like, what everything actually meant that was being said. And they're like, well, I'm sure Arnold will do a breakdown, but, like, is that what you're asking? Make it simplified from there so it's more clear, I guess? Or, I don't know, whatever. Just don't be dumb. If an enemy starts with less than 250 speed, can they be reduced to 0 speed permanently? There is an inherent speed limit for Leia that won't let speed be reduced below 1 except for very specific circumstances. Fracture, for example. Different questions, same exact answer, though. And, I mean, in a way, being down at 1 speed basically is 0. I mean, come on, you ain't moving. If an opponent has ambushed, does the speed reduction from ambush stack? No. Can have multiple stacks, but the character will only have minus 50 speed. Characters can't gain ambush if they are already ambushed. If an opponent has ambush, does the speed reduction from ambush stack? Oh, I see what you're saying. If an ally had turn meter removed by an enemy before using tactical offensive, so they can't lose TM, what happens? No TM loss, so what parts of the ability apply and what don't? The turn meter reduction would be prevented. The stealth and speed gain would still apply. The flat 50% offense would still apply, and the ability to ignore protection using the basic ability would still occur. Bonus true damage from the reduction would not be increased. There is a flat bonus true damage that would still occur. And extra offense, what the heck is happening? For the target ally on basic would not. Okay, that's a lot of words there. I did not process that. Under Leia's lead, where it says, Empire enemies can't gain bonus turn meter for 1 turn, and they, meaning Rebel allies, can't have their turn reduced again for 1 turn. Turn meter reduced again for 1 turn. Does it mean that these effects last until the next character's turn, or until each character's turn individually? It means for each character's turn individually. So, for example, if a character has their turn meter reduced, they can't have it reduced again until they have taken their turn. Conversely, if an Empire enemy gains bonus turn meter, they can't gain it again until they have taken their turn. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what that said. They can, for 1 turn. That means until they take their turn. So, yeah, it's kind of a dumb question. I mean, I guess it's not super dumb. It seems dumb on the surface, but when you really think about it, it's like, man, it can be confusing. Though. You could be reading that like, hold on, what? I got it, but I can understand how others wouldn't understand. Does Leia's leadership prevents cooldown reduction of Lord Vader's ultimate? No question mark, so it's a statement, I guess. Does Leia's leadership prevents cooldown reduction of Lord Vader's ultimate? Lord Vader's ultimate charge should not be impacted by Leia's leader, but the cooldown reduction when Lord Vader uses his ultimate at 100% charge would be prevented. Well, that's cool. So he uses his ultimate and nothing happens because her leadership is preventing that. It's kind of cool. It's like, I'm a more OPGL, motherfucker. How you like that? Anyways, there it is, a little Q&A on Leia. I gotta say, this was a very good one. No stupid, pointless questions. Either A, the community didn't ask them, or B, Tusken Dick Head over here didn't add them. He stuck straight to business. All these questions were about GL Leia, about her kit. This was a very solid Q&A for once. I'm surprised. I was waiting for something stupid to pop up, and nothing did. This was a very solid Q&A. Good job, CG. See how easy it is? You just filter out the stupid stuff and put the stuff that matters, that people actually care about. Anyways, so yeah, this is, I'm way behind on this. September 13th, that was like last Wednesday. Today is this is the following Tuesday. Today's the 19th. I'm way behind. But, my bad. I did forget to check. I meant to, and it just never happened. I just thought of it now, and oops. So, I'm only saying all this because GL Leia is in the game now. Some people already have her, so this is kind of late, potentially. I mean, I feel like a lot of my audience is newer to mid-level players, so this isn't even relevant to you yet, but at least you don't have the character, so it holds a little relevancy. But still, technically I'm late, my bad. Anyways, if you stuck around this whole time, thanks a whole bunch for that. Very much appreciated. And until next time, I said see ya.